Okay, so nuclear physics. Originally, there's some models of the atom. Atom means the smallest divisible object, so a non-divisible object. So here we've got the structure of the atom. Essentially, there was the Thomson model, which was before the Rutherford model. Now, Rutherford one is the one that's going to be in the exam. Thomson not, but it's good to know where Rutherford came from. So Thomson's one was they call the plum pudding. It's like a solid sphere of a consistent density, and then in there's little corpuscles or little charges there. Okay, so those are little negative charges. So that was what Rutherford thought the atom was before he did his experiment. So what he did is he wanted to test this model of the atom. Okay, didn't have his own. He wanted to test this one. And so what they did is they had a real thin gold foil, okay, which is only a few atoms thick, okay, and then fired an alpha particles at them and see where what happened to them as they hit the gold. Now he expected most of the particles to go right through, okay. So that's what he first tested. So he fired some stuff at this gold foil, and pretty much they expected pretty much all of it to go through, and that actually happened. Okay, and so that's what he was expecting it like firing bullets at a sheet. He expected them to all just go through because of the relative density, and that's sort of what happened. But then he started checking what sort of if there's any alpha particles further around, okay, and he was finding different numbers according to his probability that he was looking for. So what he was saying is actually, hey, we've got quite a lot going through, but then there are some that are bouncing backwards, and his analogy for that was firing a big rocket at a sheet, and it actually bounced off the sheet. So instead of there being a large atom of uniform density, it must be an atom with a real high density in the core, and then the rest was nothing. Okay, so when you fired stuff at this, generally they'll miss that core and go right through. Okay, but sometimes one would hit that core and bounce off. Okay, so that's his observations were that pretty much all of them went straight through, only a few deflected, okay, and then from those conclusions you can find that the atom was essentially made up of mostly a empty space with a real high dense small core, the nucleus. And there's another diagram of it. So it's sort of like another way of looking at rolling a ball down this hill, and depending on where you fire the ball, it's either going to hardly veer off at all or it will veer off quite a bit. And this Rutherford model. Then we go into like the Schrodinger model, the Bohr model first, sorry, then the Schrodinger model. And they're just talking about energy levels, which we look at in year 13.